Alrighty, let's dive on in here. So, if you follow me on social media, you might have noticed we didn't stream yesterday. There is a reason for that. I spent basically all day yesterday working on uploading YouTube recordings of the stream to YouTube. So it was a very long and tedious day. It was honestly kind of exhausting, and like most of that time was spent just like waiting, because like start an upload takes an hour, start an upload takes an hour, start an upload takes an hour. It was a very, very, very tedious process. I won't lie, it was a lot. So we managed to get 10 videos uploaded yesterday, and we got the other 5 of the recordings uploaded today. If you have been joining in, if you've watched the streams, if you go to my YouTube channel, all that jazz, you might notice that one of the days of micropaintings is missing. And unfortunately, it's because that one day of micropaintings, let's see, which day was it? That one day of micropainting, day 14, my system over here ended up glitching a little bit, and we recorded 10 minutes of the stream instead of the like hour and a half that it actually was. So that kind of stinks. There's not much I can do about it at this point, so we're just going to have a missing day. The goal moving forward, though, is going to be to upload the stream like day after or day of. So I'm streaming right now. I do have to get off, like we have a hard off time. We have a hard out time today because I haven't eaten yet today. I'm not going to lie to you. And so when that hard out time comes, I have a couple of things that I need to do to get ready for what I'm doing this evening. And then I might be able to start it and just leave it going while I'm out, but we will see. We'll see. Maybe. Yeah, we will see. It's gonna be a thing. But if it's not uploaded same day, it'll be uploaded next day. So if you missed the live stream, you can now get on and watch it on YouTube. And on YouTube, it'll be Painting by Shelby Lynn, same as the Instagram. So it's nice and helpful. But today we are going to do a micro painting. We're going to stick with just doing a micro painting since, like I said, we have kind of a hard deadline on today on when we have to wrap it up and all that. But I did want to make sure to get on and try to do another micro painting today. I didn't even switch into my paint clothes because that's how much of this is just going to be a quick little thing that this is going to be. So let's flip around. And as you see, we still have our same setup. I do have a possible exciting update tomorrow. I'm supposed to be getting a tripod in. And so that tripod might make it so that I can put you guys over my left shoulder instead of my right shoulder, which would mean that you're no longer getting arm blocking everything. Which I think anybody watching would appreciate that. Yeah, I think that would be probably kind of appreciated. So, yeah, we'll see though. We shall see. Yeah. All right, let's jump in. We're going to give it a little spritz. And we're going to grab our paints. We're going to do yellow today. Today I was thinking that I want to paint joy. Because I am joyful that we have managed to get the YouTube finally set up. This is something that I've been working on for probably like a week, and it's just not been going my way for a variety of reasons, and we don't have to go into that. But it just hasn't been going my way very much. And so having a good day and painting joy as we now have all of that done and uploaded, and that feels like a major success. I think is a good idea. I'm gonna come in first with some white paint. That's not tightened. And we can't really see the white paint except where it's on the tape, which is fine. But the reason we're doing white paint is because I'm next going to come in with some blue and just kind of swirly twirlies. Just very barely getting any on the brush, adding it to the canvas, creating just kind of this very light blue backdrop. We do have some paper fallout happening here, so what do? We grab the big brush and give it a swipe. I'm going to keep going with this same thing, but I am going to load up my brush with some more white. So if you look at this brush, that whole center part, all of that right there, that's all white. Got it on my finger. And then there's just a little bit of blue over here in the corner. And we're going to keep kind of just playing. This is part of what I love about painting, is that it gives me the freedom to just kind of play. And I sincerely hope that if you decide to paint along or what have you, whatever is going on in your world, you decide to just play sometimes too. We might be adults, but we don't always have to act like adults. We can play, we can have fun, we can have a good time. We can let ourselves have the freedom to just relax and enjoy. Enjoy! That was entirely unintentional, but it made me way too happy. I apologize. We are punny today. So we've got this nice blue backdrop situation. I can't believe I said that. Okay. We're gonna paint the sun now, because I tend to associate time outside in the sun with being joyful. And so I have a very, very loaded paintbrush here. And just like how we do the moons, we're kind of just using the natural curve of the way the brush does things. I'm going to pick this up and hold it. Hopefully you can see. We're kind of just using the natural way of the brush to create curve in here. So I put it down in the curve section and then just kind of pull it around. And this is going to take more than one try today, because that is a lopsided sun. A very lopsided sun. It's not horrible, but it is lopsided. So again, I am trying to help you see. I'm using the brush, and where it's not rounded in the way that I want to, I'm kind of just setting down the brush just inside and pushing it down to help spread it out. I can't tell how circular that is. I think we need a little bit more correctioning on this upper, what side is that? Upper right? I am directionally challenged. Don't judge me. It's also a little bit difficult to paint a circle without holding my thing, just because I'm constantly turning it in order to make sure that from every angle possible, it is as circular as I can make it. Now, that's a fairly circular sun. What we're gonna do is we are gonna load up our brush with white, and we're gonna come in just like we would if this were a moon, and just kind of using that very loaded brush, kind of twirling that yellow in with that white. I'm gonna hold this. So I'm really loading up the brush, and I'm just kind of letting the yellow and the white do what the yellow and the white want to do. I'm using certain brush motions like this. You see how I kind of go up into the yellow and then swoop it down to grab some? That is to help make sure that we're not getting just like a stark yellow edge as much as we possibly can, but also trying to make sure that we're not ruining our nice little circle here. It's also almost like I'm just like petting the edge a little bit, if you will. Give the edge a little pet. Wow, okay. My brain just went, edge your pets. It's fun. No, let's not. I feel like one of these days I'm going to say something on stream that's going to get me in trouble. Alright, that is quite lovely of a sun. And so, give my brush a little rinsey rinse. You know, I sincerely hope that y'all enjoy my silliness. Like, half the time I am not doing it intentionally. More like, not half, more like 95% of the time my silliness is entirely unintentional. So, yeah. It is what it is. What we're going to do is we're going to get our brush wet and we're going to take it into the sun and just get a little bit of the sunny colors. Pat it off a tad, get some more water, using our actual paint wells for this. So what? And we're going to streak. So I am prioritizing streaking away from the sun at the appropriate angle. So what that means is this spot here, think of it like that spot's going to go straight out. But next to it, it would go slightly more diagonal. And so it can help when you're doing this to kind of create reference lines around on certain spots. So like it's really easy to make a straight line down, but then the one next to it would be less straight, the one next to that would be less straight, and so on and so on. So it can be helpful to create a reference line. I think I just did all of that out of your view. So reference line created here, straight down, and then we use that reference line as like, that's where we end up straight. So reference line over here, not making it perfectly solid, just a little bloopy doop. We can do one coming out to the corner. So that's approximately the angling, and then everything in between that gets angled slightly more or less. And that's a pretty good sun. Pretty good sun rays. I'm going to do the same thing now, but instead of with our very light yellow mixture, I'm going to make a very, very light white mixture. I didn't rinse off my brush though, so it's slightly tinted yellow. Make sure we don't have too much paint on there. And then same shebang. This time, we already kind of have reference lines. Just ever so carefully, slightly, chaotically brushing. I'm trying not to force control of these lines, trying to just let them go where they want to go. Within the boundary that I set with my brush of you need to go in this direction. But the length and all that, these lines can decide it for themselves. All right, that feels really joyous to me. I'm quite happy with that. So, that's going to be it. We're going to wrap up right there. 15 minutes. This is part of what I love. I'm going to flip you back around. This is part of what I love about doing these micro paintings is that we can do these very, very small pieces of work and they don't have to be super intricate. They don't have to take hours. If you want them to be, like our little fox painting, they can be. But if you don't want them to be and you just want to paint really quick and paint how you're feeling really quick, then you can do that. And that's part of the fun of doing these itty bitty teeny tiny paintings because they're just super quick, super easy, and absolutely whatever you want them to be. So with that being said, I'm going to flip one more time because I forgot to say my Instagram and all that. So really quickly, my Instagram is right here. At painting_on_wheels with my Etsy being painting by Shelby Lynn. You can screenshot that if you need to. You can do whatever you need to make sure that you have that. But I highly, highly, highly recommend that you follow me on Instagram. Our micro paintings might not be for sale, but we do have other things for sale. And we did also just get back our part 4 of our Mental Health Matters painting set, which was Glimmers. It just got back from the gallery yesterday, and so that one will now be available for purchase with the rest of the set as well. But if you are interested in buying my work, here's what you do. You can check out my Etsy. Right now, it only has 3 things on it. So the real place to go to check it out and find out what's going on in terms of selling or buying the paintings is to go to my Instagram at painting_on_wheels. Painting on wheels. That's where we're at. In the caption of every single painting that is not a micro painting, I put whether or not it's available for purchase. So you can very quickly and easily look and see, okay, I really like this painting, and yes, it is available. So from there, what you can do is you can send me a message. The easiest place to message me, the easiest way to get a hold of me is on Instagram. If you have prior established means of communication, because we're friends in real life, then you can use those, of course. But the best way to get a hold of me about getting a painting from me is on Instagram. I also do commissions. So if you look at one of these micro paintings and you're like, oh my God, I absolutely love that, I want it so bad, message me. We can make that happen. And then you won't be getting this itty bitty teeny tiny thing. You'll be getting a full-size painting that you'll have some control over in terms of creativeness and all of that. And we can make it happen. So message me. And yeah, it's a beautiful Thursday. I hope that everybody here is able to get out and enjoy it and relax and do whatever you want to do. But I hope that you're able to create something that's uniquely you and that you have a fantastic rest of your day. Go find some joy.